It's Mia here with Sew Girly Bags. Today is a really busy day for me. I don't have to go to work, but I do have to sew. So I'm still gonna be working in my business, in my sewing room. I have about 3 orders that I have to get done today. So I'm super excited because I'm gonna put me some movies on and I'm just gonna go at it, you guys. Like, that's how I get it done. I put on a good Netflix movie and I just get it done. So if you are on a journey and building a handmade business, I get it. I totally understand. And if you need any help with any of those things, I have tons of things, freebies, things that you can download to help you along the way. And also, if you need a little bit more help, you can also join the Sophie Circle, where we make a lot of the products that I make in my regular videos, but we just go at a slower pace and I make them live. Because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys make products that you can actually sell and maybe even turn into some income for you. It has turned into income for me. When I stopped thinking of this business as a hobby and actually thinking of it as a real business, that's when everything changed for me, and I'm excited to share it with you. Let's get right into this day making these products for my customers, because my Etsy customers, I love them so much, because without them, I wouldn't be here. Without you, I wouldn't be here. So let's get into it. Today is a sew and ship day in my business. I've got 3 orders to finish, and one of them is a junked Bible cover, which means details, patches, beads, all the things. But honestly, days like this remind me of why I started. So first, I always start with going back into my Etsy shop in the chat and looking at the measurements that people send me and just making sure that my measurements are correct before I start cutting out the fabric. And so I did the measurements for all of the Bible covers first, and then I went into cutting everything out. Batching everything makes it so much easier. So I try to cut everything out first, especially when you're making multiple orders. That just makes the process run way more smoother. So one is a little bit bigger. I'm making one with like a tan floral fabric that I have in my shop. The other one is going to be a pretty multicolored fabric. The lining is so pretty. The fabric has a different pattern on the opposite side of the multicolored one, so I use that for the lining. And I usually do 2 layers for the Bible covers just to make them really thick, and that way they feel like a really good quality product. When I first started, I would complete 1 bag at a time from start to finish, and I didn't realize how much time I was wasting. So now, cutting everything out at once completely changed my workflow. This was one of those small shifts that doesn't feel big, but it adds up. My junked Bible covers, people really like. Like, at first when I made one for my Bible, I didn't think people was going to like it. But all kinds of people like it. People like me that just love a whole bunch of girly stuff. And then I even have kids that just want one for their birthday. I had a lady message me today, and she said that her daughter just only wanted my Bible cover for her birthday. So I thought that was very sweet. And I was so honored. Like, I'm so excited when people want my products, especially for a birthday, a Mother's Day gift. We got Mother's Day coming up. So I think they make really good gifts for all sorts of holidays. I decided to put something on Netflix. I just picked something and I started watching it, but I wasn't really paying attention to it because a lot of times I do have to focus on what I'm doing, but I am listening, so I do kind of get the gist of what's going on when I do put something on. But just having something play in the background just helps me get through it. So usually if I put something on that lasts about 2 hours, that gets me through a couple of products, and then that way I can just move on to the next thing. So after I finish cutting out all the pieces, I go ahead and I get the fusible fleece cut out as well, so that way I can start ironing it to the back sides of the fabric. I'm going to finish the junked one first and then move on to the other two. So after I cut out the fusible fleece, I go ahead and cut out the ribbon for the Bible covers. And it just makes a really pretty, soft, feminine closure for them. So I really like having the little satin ribbon. So like I said, I finished the first one first. So I'm just working on the lining and the pockets, the little sleeves that's on the inside of the first one. I take my time and just really focus on the little details, because I hate when I mess up and I have to do something all over again. When you make things by hand, you do mess up sometimes, but when you take your time, you can minimize on the mess ups. I do take a little pause sometimes and look at what's on the screen if it's like something interesting that I hear, but I don't really watch it for too long because I gotta get going again. I don't want it to be a distraction. So now I'm just adding the lace. And this one was for a smaller compact Bible. So it turned out really cute because it's kind of small. Some of the bigger ones that I make, you have to add a lot of things on them to kind of cover the front cover with patches and stuff. But when it's little, it just, it still looks really cute. I have customers asking me all sorts of different requests for different types of sizes. They have different types of Bibles. So it's a lot of fun creating for different types of Bibles and books as well. I've done one for an Ethiopian Bible, so that was different. So now that the first cover is made, I'm going to put the patches on first. And so what I do is I just make them in the position where I want them to be. And then I just go ahead and iron everything on. All right, guys, so we started at about 9 o'clock. It is almost 12, 10 minutes to 12. And we are finished cutting out prepping everything, all the 3 that we're going to make today. And I'm almost done with this one, and she's turned out really, really cute. I still have to add all the beads and everything to it. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's see how far we can go so we can drop these 3 off today. So after the patches, I go ahead and I add the little pom-pom trim around it. So, this stuff takes time. And a lot of times that's what goes into the price of your product. If it takes you some time to make it, you have to account for that. The materials, the time, and then also what you want to get paid. Because in the end, that's what you're doing it for, so you can get paid from it. You want to make a profit. I put gloves on for this part because glue was getting everywhere at first. And so now I put the gloves on. And I use Gorilla Glue to make sure it sticks. When I first started making them, I was just using the hot glue, which it works really well with fabric. But I was also packaging them up in just the bags, the little bubble mailers. But then I started putting them in boxes because the post office people, the delivery people, I'm sure they were just tossing packages around. And I did not want my packages or any of my beads or embellishments on my Bible covers to get knocked off. And so now I take my time, I put them on slowly, and I package them up inside of a box. So even if they get tossed around a little bit, I also add tissue. I didn't have any tissue yet, but you're going to see. We're going to go to Hobby Lobby and we're going to grab some tissue. But you're also going to notice I had to get something else from Hobby Lobby. I didn't need it, but it was just super cute, so I had to get it. Sometimes when I'm in there, I might go in there for one thing, but I always leave with something else because they have so much and I want everything that I see when I walk in there. So yeah. So after finishing the first one and packaging it up, I didn't seal the box yet because like I said, I still need tissue. But I started working on the pretty little tan one. And then after that, I'm going to finish up the colorful one And we're gonna package those up in the bubble mailers. So those are fine in the little bubble packaging. It's not really bubbly, but I do put it inside of a plastic wrapper first, and then I put it inside the bag. So now I'm just writing a nice little note. I'm gonna add some few little gifts in the package as well. Just little thank you gifts. And then we're gonna package these up and head on out so we can go get the tissue from Hobby Lobby. And these are what they look like. They are done, super cute. And I can't wait for them to get delivered. Okay guys, we are done. Now I'm gonna go bring these orders to the post office. We completed our 3 orders. They turned out beautifully, and I can't wait for Brianna, Carissa, and April to get their orders. I have so many more orders to make, so let's get to the post office. Now I'm just heading on over to Hobby Lobby. You guys, running a handmade business isn't just sewing, it's patience, consistency, and showing up even when you don't feel like it. Like some days feel repetitive, cutting, ironing, sewing over and over again. But honestly, this is the business that I pray for. And I know I say that all the time because it's true. So once I got to this aisle right here, I saw some of this wall decor that I was thinking about getting this one, but then I was like, not that one. But when I saw this one, I had to get it. It was just the perfect thing to go on my wall in my sewing room. It's Proverbs 31:25, and it says, "She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future." When I saw that, I just knew I needed it in my sewing room. So finally, they moved the tissue to a different aisle. So now they have more party stuff, they said, in Hobby Lobby. So if you go in Hobby Lobby, they moved the tissue and party supplies because they said they're going to have more aisles of party stuff. And so I finally ran across the tissue. I didn't see white, so I just grabbed the pink one. So now I'm just going to go ahead and check out. All right, so we're done. We got the tissue. So I packed up the order and added the tissue and taped it up, taped the box up in the car. So I'm gonna run in the post office and drop it off. And our orders are done, all packed up and ready to go. This part never gets old, sending something I made with my hands out into the world. It's just a beautiful feeling. So I hope this inspires you to create something beautiful and start your handmade business if you haven't already. And just like that, another day in this business that I prayed for. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but today I showed up, and that's enough.